So we're driving, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. All right, هون قد واحد كجوكوا سودا سير يعني قد سيتا زريو يجت ونجي يندرج كوين ستا كنا تاروني دتني ودا دكرو دكار يكس episode asitang kabira ko dana yung start yung jogi dan dana कोई start है गनो वे detini wada du कोई इतनी गन्ना कर गया dana कोई du nusu ogure suku chita suku tatsu suku dano chita suku dana कोई को or quadri nuku suku detini wada du episode one man do do na text video our you can't get a dump way out on accident because it's stuff you gotta watch. It's really slippery. We were sliding. We came out of Waldo and we were sliding all over the place. Dump way out on accident because it's stuff dump way I don't accident. A great go on a Gordon, on a rest of the go on and stand up on I don't accident. Taking it to your heart. So, as always, first, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see the moon. Can you see the moon?
Yes, we can.
We're driving right towards the moon. Okay, as always, we have to do the words that come before all else. And this is to remind ourselves of the things that we're deliberating upon, the things that we have to keep in our minds when we're discussing the things we're discussing. And so we always begin with our origins. So we start with giving thanks to the very first being, the very first entity within all creation. And so we give thanks to Sky Woman. We give thanks to her as it is she who has given us spirit. From there, we give our thanks to the beating heart of our Mother Earth, to our grandmother Moon. And we give thanks to her because it is she that regulates the flow of the lifeblood in all things here upon our Mother Earth. It is she who gives us blood, who keeps our blood flowing, so we give thanks to her as it is she who has given us blood. From there, we give our thanks to our Mother Earth, as we all know, regardless what language we speak, what color we are, where we're from, whatever we imagine divides us, we all come from the same mother. We are all born of our Mother Earth. So we give thanks to her as it is she who has given us body. From there, we give our thanks to all the women, from the newest born baby girl to the eldest grandmother. We give thanks to them, as in this world they give us purpose and direction because of the sacred title of life giver that they carry into the world. From there, we give our thanks to all the medicines in all the shapes and forms they come in, to all the waters, to all the shapes and forms they come in. From there, we give our thanks to our ancestors who carried the good mind, and we ask them to help us to bring back the true spirit of the Guyana Nasaragoa, of every wampum of the great law of peace, to return this back to the hearts and minds of the people, and to return the true spirit of the Degani Diohadi, of the two Row Wampum. And I'm just going to show you something right now where we are. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? It's the water. Yes. The moon on the water. So beautiful. Okay, translation.
Donc, bonsoir tout le monde. On s'en va à la cérémonie de la pleine lune à la montagne. Donc, on est sur la route. Fait que comme on fait d'habitude, on commence par l'ouverture, le Rande Galiwade, quoi, les mots qui viennent avant toute autre chose. Donc, on commence en remerciant la femme ciel qui nous donne notre esprit et qu'on regarde la nuit étoilée. Et on remercie notre grand-maman Lune, le cœur battant de notre mère Terre qui nous donne nos eaux qu'on est en train de traverser en ce moment. On remercie notre mère Terre pour le corps qu'elle nous donne et tous les corps qu'elle donne à tous les êtres vivants. Et on remercie toutes les femmes, de la toute petite nouvelle-née jusqu'à la plus aînée des grands-mamans, puisque ce sont elles les mères de nos nations et ce sont elles le siège d'autorité de toutes les nations. Et on remercie toutes les autres, toutes les médecines, de toutes les façons dont elles se manifestent à nous. On remercie le bon esprit de nos ancêtres et on leur demande de nous aider afin que tous les articles de la grande loi de la vie puissent revenir parmi nous, aussi bien que l'esprit véritable du Wampum à Deux Voies. Et si j'ai oublié quelque chose, que vous le mettiez à l'ordre que ça doit.
Okay, tonight, just to explain why we're driving in the car. Might be a bit hard for us to, or we might fade in and out sometimes, given that we're on Edith's phone. Hey, watch her stop up here. We're going to the mountain. It just so happens that tonight is the full moon on the mountain ceremony. So we've been doing this since 2009, and we cannot miss a time. We've never missed a full moon ceremony on the mountain. So this is where we're going tonight, and we're going to stay with you as long as we have the feed.
Donc, pourquoi qu'on est en train de conduire justement, c'est parce que depuis 10 ans, on fait la veille de chaque pleine lune, on fait la cérémonie à la montagne, puis ça donne que ce soir, c'est là, la cérémonie. Donc, on s'en va à Montréal, au Mont-Royal, au pied de Mont-Royal, pour justement faire la cérémonie. Donc, on ne peut pas la manquer. Donc, c'est pour ça qu'on est en train de conduire. Donc, peut-être on va être un peu, pas tout le temps sur le Zoom, mais on va être le plus qu'on peut avec.
Okay, so what's that beeping? It's beeping.
Could it be a door? Have you opened maybe with
Is the door open?
Well, it may be.
Oh, man. Door. What the heck? We got some vehicle problems here.
If it is not technical problems, it is vehicle problems.
No, I can't do nothing from here. Okay, tonight what we're gonna do is when we get to the mountain, we're gonna stay with you, and we're gonna do the moon ceremony. So we're gonna bring you with us into the moon ceremony, and whoever has never been in the moon ceremony or know what takes place there, well then you're gonna be with us, and you're gonna see firsthand.
Et donc, vous allez venir à la montagne avec nous. Et pour celles et ceux qui n'ont pas été là, vous allez pouvoir nous accompagner pour ce soir.
Okay, some of you may know, if you have been following us, you know that this week has been a real crazy week. The last couple of weeks, actually. Well, let's say the last 50 years have been real crazy. The last couple of weeks, a lot of crazy things have happened, you know, like first last week, burning out of my RV, and my brother with his issues, and then other things have happened this week. But some real crazy things have happened here in Ganawagi that we haven't shared with you, so that you're not aware of, other than what you have seen happen with my niece.
Et donc, comme vous pouvez l'imaginer, ou vous l'avez peut-être suivi, ça a été quand même une semaine ou un couple de semaines assez mouvementée, dans le sens qu'il y a beaucoup de choses qui arrivent à Ganawagi et il y a d'autres choses. Ben, ça a commencé avec la roulotte qui a brûlé, ensuite avec tous les problèmes que le frère à Stuart a, puis par la suite, ben, tout ce qui s'est produit avec la nièce à Stuart également.
Okay, but the first thing that I want to talk about tonight is that there was something, a tragedy that happened here in Ganawagi. Something very tragic. A young man lost his life just 2 days ago in a very, very ridiculous chain of events.
Mais en plus de ces choses-là que vous avez pu suivre, il y a des choses que vous n'avez pas pu savoir. Puis l'une de ces choses-là, c'est qu'un jeune homme de la communauté est décédé d'une façon très tragique, puis qui était peut-être innécessaire.
There was apparently there was a family dinner that family went out to, a mother, a son, I think the daughter, and some other people. The son's girlfriend, which they have a child, they have a baby, and I'm not certain of this, but I heard that she might be pregnant also right now.
Donc, ils étaient sortis pour souper, puis en fait, le gars, il avait sa blonde, puis je pense qu'il y avait aussi, en fait, il se peut qu'elle soit enceinte.
Anyways, this guy's about 30 years old. He had a fight with his girlfriend, an argument, and I don't know if it turned physical or whatever, but it got to the point enough where the guy's mother called the police to come and to assist to, to break it up, whatever.
Et donc, c'était assez, quand même, la problématique a monté. Donc, la maman du gars a appelé la police pour essayer de calmer les choses.
So anyways, the police get there, and that's where things really turned crazy. And even the family, the mother, says that they don't know how things got so out of control so fast. What happened is that there was a standoff with a gun involved, and apparently he was, as soon as the cops got there, apparently this triggered him. And make a long story short, there was a standoff. I think there was that he had shot at the cops a little bit. I'm not really certain of that. But it ended up that ultimately, what ended up happening was this guy had an AK-47. He turned it on himself, pointed it, and he shot his head off.
Et donc, la maman raconte comment que c'est incroyable, comment que les choses se sont déroulées si vite dès le moment que la police est arrivée, puis comment que les choses sont sorties hors du contrôle. Et ça a fini avec le gars qui avait un pistolet à AK-47 et qu'il a décidé de se suicider.
This guy obviously was under some kind of distress. He was under some kind of psychological pressure. He was maybe a depression or something, but some kind of psychological pressure he was experiencing. And the fact is that police just do not know how to deal with such things.
Et le gars, il y avait peut-être des enjeux au niveau de la pression psychologique, peut-être de la détresse, de la dépression, des enjeux qui auraient pu être contrôlés, mais c'est sûr que la police n'a pas les moyens de savoir comment traiter avec ces enjeux si délicats-là.
Now, I worked with this young man's father almost 30 years ago. And when in New York, ironworking, and when we come back on a weekend, I went to his house on a Saturday, and I remember there was two little kids that were sitting on my knees at that time. One of them was this young man and his sister.
Et dans le travail de l'acier, j'ai travaillé avec le père de ce gars-là, puis je me rappelle à un moment donné d'être en train d'avoir deux petits gamins sur mes genoux. Puis un de ces gamins-là était justement le jeune homme avec sa sœur.
So I've known this guy basically. I've known him all his life. I've seen him a few years ago. Actually, his mother was dating my older brother Kevin, and so I've seen him quite a bit, at barbecues and different dinners and stuff like that.
Et donc, je connais le jeune homme. En fait, sa mère était en train de sortir avec mon frère aîné, Kevin, il y a un couple d'années. Donc, je le voyais dans des soupers de famille ou des affaires de la communauté.
This guy was not a problem. He like everybody else, had their little issues. He'd fight once in a while, but nobody expected this chain of events to turn out the way that it did.
Et le gars, il n'était pas un problème en soi. C'est sûr que comme tout le monde, il y avait ses petits bobos. Parfois, il allait se chicaner avec qui que ce soit, mais c'était un homme normal comme madame, monsieur, tout le monde.
But I know that afterwards, the mother...
Les Israéliens vont aller voter pour une troisième fois en un an.
I think it was coming from Jean-Marc's. I just muted his microphone.
Okay. The mother is even identifying now that, of course, she wishes that she never called the cops.
Et là, la mère identifie même qu'elle souhaiterait qu'elle n'aurait jamais appelé la police.
So you could imagine now that the mother is feeling responsible.
Donc, vous pouvez imaginer que la mère se sent responsable désormais.
But this is very reminiscent of a few years ago. I don't know if anybody will recall this. Maybe about somewhere from 3 to 6 years ago, I would say, in the next community of Saint Coustan on the South Shore, next to Kanawagi, there was a man who had a 16-year-old autistic son, and his son was getting out of hand. He needed help, so the guy called the police. The police went there, they shot and killed his son.
Mais ça rappelle des événements qui se sont passés aussi dans la communauté avoisinante, en fait, à Saint-Constant, proche de Ganawagi, il y a quelques années. Un gars, il y avait un fils qui était autiste, il avait 16 ans. Puis donc, le gars, il a commencé à sortir un peu hors du contrôle, puis le père ne savait pas quoi faire, donc il a appelé la police. Puis la police est arrivée, puis a disparu sur le gars en le tuant.
Now, in this case, of course, the cops shot and killed the person.
Et dans ce cas-là, ben, c'est la police qui a tué la personne.
It's a little bit different than what took place here. The police basically quarantined him off and let him shoot himself.
Et ici, c'est un peu différent. Ce qui s'est produit, c'est la police qui l'a comme encerclé jusqu'au point qu'il décide de se tuer lui-même.
Anyways, what it comes down to is it shows us that here in Ganawagi that it is the same non-native law as the outside, the same police upholding the same law that creates the same circumstances where the police do not know how to deal with such things. They are literally unqualified to deal with people who are in distress.
Mais en bout de ligne, ce que ça a ressorti, c'est que la police à Ganawagi, puisqu'elle est le semblable de la police ailleurs, c'est des gens qui ne vont pas être préparés pour faire affaire à des affaires si délicates que ça.
What the police did here is they quarantined the place off, they blocked it off. They were ready for a standoff. So it became an adversarial circumstance. Of course, if the guy was doing something wrong in the first place, well, you can say, well, that justifies it.
Et donc, la police, ce qu'elle a fait ici à Ganawagi, c'est qu'ils ont complètement encerclé le territoire. Donc, ils se préparaient justement pour une confrontation. Donc, ils ont créé ce climat d'adversité, justement.
But what ends up happening is that the police quarantined him off. They did not allow anybody to go and speak to him. They let the mother call on the phone and talk to him, but no one's allowed to go and assist this man, to go and address him, to talk to him, to soothe him.
Et ce qui s'est passé avec la police, comment ils prennent en charge ce type de situation-là, c'est qu'ils n'ont pas permis que quelqu'un vienne parler avec la personne. Donc oui, par exemple, la mère a pu faire un appel téléphonique, mais la police n'a pas permis qu'il y ait quelqu'un de proche à lui qui vienne lui parler.
So that basically means that the police in town, the reserve cops, they quarantined him off and they prevented him from getting the help that he needed.
Et donc, ça veut dire, bref, que la police l'a tellement encerclé jusqu'au point qu'ils ont même empêché qu'il puisse aller chercher ou obtenir, recevoir l'aide dont il avait extrêmement besoin.
As a matter of fact, what happened was that somebody there said, call this guy, he's my cousin. Johnny Mayo, he works in the social services. Somebody said, call him. But the PK said, it's too late. It's after 4 o'clock. Social services is closed.
Et donc, même, il y avait quelqu'un qui avait suggéré d'appeler quelqu'un qui se nomme John Mayo, qui est cousin à Stuart. Mais le PK même, on dit, ben là, il est trop tard, il est après 4 heures, il travaille dans les services sociaux, mais là, c'est fermé.
But the bottom line here is that in Ganawagi, the majority of the people know that the system is corrupt and fight against the system, which means they fight against the police.
Mais la plupart des gens à Ganawari savent pertinemment que le système est corrompu et puisqu'ils vont se battre contre le système, implicitement, ils se battent aussi contre la police.
Now, fighting against the police doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you're going out there and physically fighting against them. It means you just stand against them, that you don't accept the outside non-native law being forced upon the people.
Mais en fait, de dire de se battre contre la police, ça ne veut pas dire que les gens vont aller sortir, vraiment faire une confrontation physique avec la police, mais c'est qu'ils n'acceptent pas que ce système qui ne leur appartient pas soit infligé sur eux.
So knowing that the majority of the community does not support the system, when somebody has a problem such as this, then it's the system that comes in and locks them down, preventing them from, again, getting the help that they need.
Et donc, en sachant que la communauté est à l'encontre de ça, mais c'est le même système qui va empêcher que la communauté puisse s'entraider.
So this ends up where, well, this young man tragically lost his life.
C'est là où ça aboutit que ce jeune homme-là, il a perdu sa vie d'une façon tragique.
And this is the direct cause of the way that the system is set up in the community here in Ganawagi.
Et ça, c'est un résultat direct de la façon dont le système est établi et agit dans la communauté.
But you're going to hear, of course, the system spin on it. You're going to hear that this guy was a violent person, that he was a violent offender, or you're going to hear whatever they're going to say about him to justify or to substantiate the treatment that they gave him.
Mais bien sûr, vous allez entendre dire que le gars il était violent ou qu'il avait des antécédents ou quoi que ce soit pour justifier l'espèce de traitement qu'on lui a donné.
Or the lack of treatment, the treatment that he didn't receive.
Ou en fait, l'absence de traitement.
See, in a case like this is a person having a breakdown. This is where our humanity is challenged. And then we send in police who don't know how to deal with issues normally, much less issues such as this, where it's of a deep psychological factor.
Et dans un cas comme ça, c'est justement là que notre humanité est mise à l'épreuve. C'est là qu'on a besoin d'être le plus humain possible pour calmer quelqu'un qui est en extrême détresse. Et qu'est-ce qu'on fait à la place? On envoie la police qui est entraînée justement pour ne pas pouvoir faire affaire avec des enjeux délicats à ce point-là, puis qui va utiliser la brutalité carrément.
As a Kanyagahaga community, as a Mohawk community, you would think that, well, we have our extended family that would automatically kick in and help out in instances like this.
Et vous auriez tendance à penser qu'en tant que communauté Kanyagahaga, dans des affaires de détresse, dans des situations de détresse, il y aurait immédiatement la communauté, en fait, la famille élargie, qui rentrerait dans la donne pour faire que la chose soit plus douce.
But again, the police prevents the extended family from coming to the aid, from coming to save their own family.
Mais à nouveau, ça va être la police qui va empêcher que la famille élargie puisse entrer dans la donne pour sauver sa propre famille.
What should have happened there is that the mother, the father, should have been permitted. They should have been gone. The police should have went right to, no matter where they were, go and pick them up, bring them to where the incident is, and have the mother and father go in and talk to the people. The police should have withdrew, because this is obviously the thing that sparked the thing to get out of hand.
Et ce que la police aurait dû faire à ce moment-là, ça aurait été d'aller chercher la maman puis le papa du gars pour que ça soit eux qui aillent lui parler, parce qu'il aurait fallu qu'ils se retirent de la scène, parce que c'est leur présence qui a généré cet état de désespération dans la donne.
But with the police, it's not a matter of actually protecting and caring. It's a matter of them, especially in the Native communities, trying to show and enforce their authority.
Mais avec la police, ce n'est pas une question de s'inquiéter, de se soucier, puis d'essayer de prendre soin de la communauté, mais juste d'exercer puis de mettre la force pour que leur autorité soit reconnue.
And so in enforcing and trying to show their authority, of course, as they're not qualified to uphold any law because they don't know any law. Even the white man's law that they're supposed to uphold, they don't uphold that because they don't know how to uphold law.
Donc, bien sûr, quelqu'un qui va avoir comme mentalité puis donc façon d'être et d'agir que de mettre la force de l'avant et d'essayer d'imposer par la suite cette force-là, ben, c'est sûr que c'est quelqu'un qui n'est pas en capacité d'agir pour le bien-être de la communauté, puis c'est ça l'essence de la police même.
But if this was handled in the proper way, then again, the extended family, the clan mother or chief of the clan that the person is a part of or under the protection of, they would be the ones to go there along with the mother, the father, to defuse the situation.
Mais si c'était géré de la façon dont la nation doit le faire, avec la mère de clan, avec la femme chef et l'homme chef, s'il y a quelqu'un en détresse qui appartient à un des clans, ben, ça serait justement la mère de clan ou l'homme chef de ce clan-là, peu importe si c'est quelqu'un adopté ou si c'est quelqu'un qui est sous la protection du clan, c'est dans le clan que ça se gérerait.
And part of what made it spiral out of control so fast is that the police are there. And when the police are there, everything is so fatalistic that, you know, what it means is that, okay, this guy's going to jail. And this guy's confronted with this, then, and under pressure and under mental distress, then he sees only one option, only one way out for him. And this is what the police, the circumstances that the police create.
Et qu'est-ce que ça fait quand que la présence de la police est là, c'est que ça empire la situation dans le sens que si le gars est en détresse, ça veut dire qu'il ne réfléchit pas comme il faut, il n'est pas dans ses cinq sens, il n'est pas à lui complètement et il pense qu'il va aller en prison ou il perçoit peut-être une menace plus grande que ça, ben c'est ça ce qui l'encercle et qui fait qu'une fin aussi terrible arrive.
There are a lot of times you will hear, like you'll hear in the news of like a native community created or installed restorative justice healing process.
Et parfois, vous allez entendre dans les communautés autochtones que les communautés vont instaurer quelque chose qui s'appelle un processus de guérison.
And this is where the community comes together. That if somebody, let's say a criminal, has done something, the community comes together, the elders, to adjust the person and then to heal. Not to do like in the white man's world, where, okay, that person, you're going to jail. There is no incentive for a person to correct themselves in the white man's system.
Et c'est là où la communauté, ça veut dire tous les aînés, vont venir à l'aide de la personne qui est en détresse, justement pour essayer de l'entourer, puis d'essayer de donner la correction d'une façon douce. Mais ça, dans le système policier, ça n'existe pas du tout.
With the white man's system and the white man's police, which is what the peacekeepers in Kahnawake are, even though they want to call themselves Mohawks, a few of them may look Mohawk, but they are upholding white man's law. And that white man's law squeezes the person into, again, a fatalistic outcome where there's only one option.
Mais dans le cas justement de la police, qui, peu importe si la police de Kahnawake ou n'importe quelle réserve se dit autochtone, c'est pas vrai, c'est parce qu'ils sont en train d'exécuter la loi non autochtone, la loi des Blancs, entre guillemets. Donc, c'est eux qui vont être justement l'outil pour créer ce type de situation comme celle dont on parle.
Anyways, ultimately, the fact that this young man was able to shoot himself in the face, that this shows that the approach that the police have is the wrong approach. It's not a human approach. It is an anti-human approach. It is not about family. It's not about protecting humans. It's not about loving and caring. It's about treating the people as nothing more than a number as a business. And that's what the PKs are in relation to the people of Ganawagi, that they are as treat the people as a business, just to make money off of the people.
Et donc, en bout de ligne, la police n'est pas des gens qui vont traiter les autres comme humains, qui vont pas être humains eux-mêmes, qui vont pas se soucier de prendre soin des gens, de penser en termes de famille. Et ils sont juste en train de voir la personne comme un numéro, puis qu'il faut exécuter la loi qu'ils ont appris, puis c'est tout.
So now the community is being divided by this thing that happened.
Et donc là, la communauté est divisée par cet événement-là.
Because there's people who are coming on and saying, well, these are people who are the spouses of the peacekeepers. They're writing on social media, oh, they're so proud of the peacekeepers. They've done such a good job. They're so happy none of them got hurt.
Parce que, par exemple, les gens qui sont mariés avec des policiers à la communauté vont écrire sur les médias sociaux. Ah, ils sont super fiers du bon travail que les policiers ont exécuté et comment ils ont performé.
But none of the peacekeepers got hurt because this man was not a threat to any of them. He was not, everybody knows him, that this man is not this way, that at this point, he is under psychological distress.
Et comment il n'y a pas eu de blessés? Bien, c'est sûr qu'il n'y avait pas besoin d'avoir des blessés parce que le gars, il n'était même pas une menace. Il était juste sous une grande pression psychologique, une détresse.
And the good work, well, what's the good work if a young man is dead as a result of, well, here's a call that the police get, they go there, and the end result, somebody ends up being killed.
Et il est où le bon travail si quelqu'un appelle la police puis la personne qui avait besoin d'aide est décédée?
So there's not a good job done there. This is, of course, just a bunch of cheerleaders cheering on the corruption that exists in Ganawagi.
Donc, c'est sûr qu'il n'y a pas du bon travail de fait là-dedans. C'est juste un paquet de gens qui vont dire « Ouais, vive le PKs » parce que c'est eux qui sont attachés à ce type de système-là.
But then there's the rest of the community that is saying, why? Why did this have to happen? There is no logical explanation as to why this chain of events had to unfold this way.
Mais après, il y a le restant de la communauté qui dit pourquoi que ça a dû se passer comme ça, pourquoi que l'événement a découlé à ce point-là.
So anyways, this is the thing that happened here. It's got the people divided. There's a lot of people who are angry about the way that the peacekeepers handled the situation.
Donc, c'est ça ce qui s'est produit dans la communauté. Puis, il y a des gens qui sont fâchés de comment que les policiers ont géré la situation.
Yeah, so, but this is an end result of, some of you have heard us talk about this. This is a part of the 10 agreements that the elected mayor of Ganawagi made with the province of Quebec.
Mais ça, c'est un résultat de quelque chose dont vous avez déjà entendu parler, que c'est les 10 accords qui ont été signés avec le maire de Ganawagi puis la province du Québec, dont vous avez déjà entendu parler à quelques reprises.
Where it puts Ganawagi completely under non-native law.
Où Ganawagi est placé carrément sous la loi non autochtone.
No, this happened 30 years ago.
Et ça s'est produit il y a 30 ans.
And back then, my family was the only people arguing against their policy of self-government.
Et à cette époque-là, c'était ma famille, la seule famille qui était en train de se battre contre la politique de l'autogouvernance qu'ils ont appelée.
But we told the people at the time that it's not going to be you that's going to pay the price. It's going to be your children.
Et on a dit aux gens à l'époque que ça va pas être vous qui allez payer le prix, mais ça va être vos enfants.
And so, when this happened 30 years ago, the children ends up being this young man who is 30, is around 30, 32 years old. I'm not exactly sure the exact age. But he is the children of that time who we said is going to pay the price. And sure enough, those children are paying the price.
Et alors maintenant que ça fait 30 ans de ça, ben c'est justement ce jeune homme-là qui est en train de payer le prix.
So we're going to start walking up to the mountain.
Donc, on va commencer à marcher vers le haut de la montagne.
I'm taking my...
Et je prends mon tambour
This is the drum that Anik made.
qu'Annick a fait.
And
It's here.
this drum is works in any weather.
Et ce tambour-là, il travaille dans n'importe quel type de climat. You took it, the key?
Did you shut the light?
The light? There was no light on.
You didn't shut the lights?
Here, take this.
We got to get a little organized. And you didn't even lock the door. Then shut. I got the key, I said. The lights are shut.
Why? I can shut them.
Okay, we're walking up to the mountain. I don't know if anybody has anything to say on that issue. I mean, really, it's just a report. But if anybody has anything to say, well, we'll take a minute on that.
Donc, je ne sais pas s'il y aurait quelqu'un qui aurait quelque chose à dire par rapport à ça. C'est sûr que c'est plus de l'information, mais s'il y a quelqu'un qui voudrait dire quelque chose, ça serait le moment.
I know we're not talking about the same thing at all, but I just wanted to bring an information that I read regarding mass shootings, that there were like a lot of people all of a sudden snapping out of themselves, not realizing what they were doing because they were under antidepressant, and they said that it was very linked to, you know, the mass shooters, you know, they are often on this. I just thought I'd bring this information. Donc, je sais que c'est pas la même, du tout le même cas ici, mais j'ai étudié un petit peu, tu sais, tous les shootings, tous les assassinats de masse, en fait, qui se passent partout dans le monde. Puis, il y a de plus en plus de recherches qui disent que beaucoup de les gens qui font ces attentats-là, ils sont sur des antidépresseurs. Puis, en fait, je sais que c'est pas la même chose qui s'est passée, mais en tout cas, je voulais amener cette information-là pour le dialogue. Donc.
Yeah, and on those lines, we don't know, but given the age that this young guy was, 30 years old, we know that back in the 90s, that there was a very big movement to drug all the native children in the schools.
Et dans ce sens-là, il y avait un mouvement pour donner des drogues à tous les enfants autochtones dans les écoles. Hello!
Bonjour.
C'est very good.
André.
Bonjour André.
Very good.
Hey! Hello Sylvie. Ça va bien?
Allô Edith.
Okay,
Merci, ça va? Oui, regarde, c'est beau.
Mais oui. We're also doing our live Zoom.
Ah, OK.
So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to share the ceremony with people and whoever's online with us. That way they can know how it's done, see how it's done. And anyways, they're going to be with us. So we're going to go and get the fire going.
Fait que ça va être filmé ce soir. Ça va être partagé avec les gens.
So this issue here, like I said, we don't know. We got to look into it a little bit deeper. But we don't know if this young man was part of that drugging policy. If he, in the school, if he was drugged like the way most of the children were with, you know, things like Ritalin and oxycodone and stuff like that.
Donc, on ne peut pas savoir si ce jeune homme-là, il faisait partie de cette expérience du gouvernement pour droguer les enfants autochtones. Et donc, si lui-même, il avait reçu du Ritalin ou une drogue semblable.
So we know that if this was the case, well, then that's a huge factor in when something of this nature happens. Then it's important for the whoever's there dealing with it to know such things.
Et si c'était ça le cas, ben c'est sûr que ça serait vraiment important que n'importe qui va essayer de gérer une crise avec cette situation-là, ben sache ce type de choses.
But anyways, it just shows and the like you said, the complete incompetence of the police when it comes to issues such as this of protecting our children.
Mais bref, ça fait juste de montrer l'inaptitude carrée de la police quand il s'agit de protéger nos enfants dans les communautés, justement.
Elsa wanted to share something. I don't know if we still have time.
What?
Il y a quelqu'un qui
Elsa
somebody wants to share something.
Yeah.
Go
Okay,
ahead, go
la
ahead.
parole est à Elsa.
Hi, my name is Elsa, the Robinson, granddaughter of Leah. And
Elle assiste à la cérémonie?
Bonsoir. Jean-Marc,
Oui,
on
faut
entend
le faire
ton...
avec nous.
Attends un petit peu, là. Il y a un micro qui est encore ouvert.
Combien est-ce qu'ils
OK,
sont?
non, c'est bon. Désolée.
Combien est-ce
Donc,
qu'ils sont?
c'est Elsa. Edith, il faut que tu parles. Les gens, il ne faut pas qu'ils parlent parce que ça
Oui,
interrompt
oui, oui,
les
oui.
entend.
Oui.
OK, merci. Donc, Elsa dit qu'elle est la fille de Lison et la petite fille de Léa.
Tu peux muter aussi, Marie-Claude, s'il te plaît. Tu peux muter, ça va être mieux.
OK, je vais te muter un petit instant. Il faut que je te trouve. OK. Vas-y, Elsa.
And I wanted to say, well, those really unfortunate events often come through this system because the whole system is coming from male dominance, and it's how to be disconnected.
Et elle dit effectivement, ben c'est très triste cette tragédie, puis que ça vient de la société qui est vraiment mal dominante.
And so everything is to disconnect people from each other. So the medication, the structure, the police, even the social workers.
Et donc, tout est fait pour séparer les gens. Donc, il y a la police, les services sociaux, la médication.
So we can say, yeah, Ritalin, whatever, the antidepressant, but if there's no, you know, for me, what I understood, even though now I can see that even in therapy, it stems from that male dominant education.
Donc, par exemple, le Ritalin, les antidépresseurs, mais même en thérapie, ça a émergé de la dominance masculine.
But the therapy in that kind of system is needed. Just antidepressants, it's not enough.
Mais une thérapie est nécessaire parce que les antidépresseurs, c'est pas suffisant.
Because the antidepressant, there's no link. You don't talk with somebody, you don't get to experience a feeling of being connected.
Et avec les antidépresseurs, ben, il n'y a pas l'échange avec quelqu'un, il n'y a pas cette connexion-là avec l'extérieur.
So that's why just this, without the therapy is bad, but even the therapy, like I said, stems from male dominance.
Donc, évidemment que juste des antidépresseurs, c'est très mauvais, mais en même temps, quand on regarde même les thérapies qui existent, ils ont émergé de la dominance masculine.
So basically, yeah, the whole system is corrupted and people need to find a way to make their own connection, their own web, social web, So for a community, original community, it's really important, but non-natives too.
Et donc, les gens vont regarder à droite, à gauche pour essayer de bâtir une communauté. Ils vont aller sur les réseaux sociaux, les communautés avec les Autochtones dans lesquelles ils vivaient, mais évidemment, les non-autochtones, on a également ce besoin de vivre en communauté.
So that's what I wanted to add.
Et c'est ce que je voulais ajouter. Thank you, Elsa. There's also France that wanted to speak, but I think that you're about to start the ceremony. Is that correct, Edith and Stuart? Hang on, I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're almost ready. But before we do that, we wanted to also identify and give our condolences, our deepest sympathies to Elizabeth Neefsey, who's our very good friend and to Row Wampum liaison in Britain.
Oui, c'est sûr, mais avant de faire ça aussi, on voulait immédiatement donner nos plus profondes condoléances à notre amie et alliée et aussi liaison du Wampum à Deux Voies en Angleterre, Elizabeth Neefsey.
I don't know. I doubt if she's with us.
Yeah, she's there.
Oh, she is? Whoa,
Yeah.
Okay. Elizabeth, well, all our best to you and our sympathies, and we're thinking about you.
Et donc, Elisabeth est là, et tu le sais, on pense à toi, toutes nos sympathies, on est avec toi.
Thank you
We
so
know that
much.
at
I
this-
really appreciate it.
Merci beaucoup, je l'apprécie vraiment énormément.
Yeah. We know that at this time, there's a lot of craziness going on everywhere in the world. Huh?
Et on sait qu'en ce moment, il y a comme beaucoup de folie qui arrive un peu partout dans le monde.
And sometimes we may think that the stuff that's happening to us may pale in comparison to what's happening in the rest of the world.
Et parfois, on peut penser que ce qui nous arrive, c'est un peu comme pas si pire en comparaison à ce qui arrive au reste du monde.
But the world, the evolution of things, the evolution of us is based on the individual human experiences.
Mais l'évolution de l'humanité est basée sur les petites évolutions dans l'expérience de chaque individu.
So that means that nobody's individual experience is less or more. None is greater or less greater than the next.
Alors, ça veut dire qu'une expérience individuelle n'est pas meilleure ou pire ou plus importante ou moins importante que celle d'à côté.
And that means also our grieving time, our time such as this, like when we lose people, we may think, well, there's other more important things in the world. These things are of the most importance because it is the true test of our humanity as to how we live in the world, how we express our humanity.
Et on peut penser que le deuil, ce n'est pas quelque chose de si important que ça, mais au contraire, quand on expérimente le deuil et quand on est avec les autres avec le deuil, c'est là qu'on peut exprimer notre humanité la plus profonde.
And these are the things that we have to take into consideration for each other. We have to take this into consideration about what's happening with Elizabeth in her life. It's not just what's happening here. It's those important life-changing events like that.
Et donc, c'est sûr que nous devons prendre en considération, puis même en priorité, ce qui arrive avec Elisabeth en ce moment. Ce n'est pas juste les événements qui nous arrivent, nous, mais qu'est-ce que notre allié, ami est en train d'expérimenter en ce moment.
Okay, so
Donc, on est en train
Elisabeth,
essayer de vouloir allumer le feu.
Sorry, Elizabeth would just like to say a quick word.
Yep.
I'll just be really quick. I just wanted to say that in my grief, I want to be with you all because this is one of the most important things, if not the, in my life. And if this has taught me anything with my father passing, it has taught me that this is what he sees as the most important thing in my life, and it is, and I just want to be with you all.
Et je voulais vraiment juste dire que dans ma période de deuil, je souhaite vraiment être avec vous. C'est vraiment c'était le souhait de mon père que je réalise avec vous. C'est pour ça que vous êtes vraiment important pour moi. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Okay, well, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to go into the moon ceremony, and we're just going to let you experience it with us. what we do is first we pass around the tobacco for everybody to put their words into the tobacco, and then we collect it and we burn the tobacco collectively. This symbolizes that our minds are as one.
Donc, voici ce qu'on va faire en ce moment. Donc, on va commencer la cérémonie. On va vous amener avec nous. Donc, on va donner le tabac d'abord, puis par la suite, on va collecter le tabac, puis on va l'offrir au feu en tant qu'un seul tabac, en symbolisant que nos esprits viennent de s'unifier en tant qu'un.
And then we just go into each person giving their each individual thanks.
Et après, c'est chaque individu qui va pouvoir faire ses remerciements.
At this time, of course, there's a lot of things we can be thankful for, but we have to try to focus on our connections to the sacred bloodline of Sky Woman, our grandmother Moon, the beating heart of our Mother Earth, and our Mother Earth to all the women.
Et c'est sûr qu'on a plein de choses pour lesquelles on serait reconnaissant, mais puisque c'est la nuitée de notre grand-maman Lune, on se concentre sur notre lignée féminine, dont la femme ciel, notre grand-maman Lune et notre mère Terre.
So we don't know if this fire is actually going to stay lit because the wood is wet. It was all covered in snow.
C'est du tabac. Donc, on ne sait pas trop si le feu va pouvoir durer allumé parce que c'est trop mouillé.
So we're just going to go ahead and do the best that we can and try to get away with whatever we can get away with.
Donc, on va juste pouvoir faire ce qu'on peut faire.
So.
Ah non, attends, ok. Oui, merci. Donc, ça, c'est votre tabac. Donc, c'est vraiment pour que vous puissiez donner vos paroles à votre tabac. Puis, par la suite, on va le collecter ensemble pour symboliser que c'est un seul esprit.
So, we're just getting ready. Edith's going to collect the tobacco and we're going to get moving.
On fait juste la collecte du tabac en ce moment.
The fire doesn't seem to be holding because the wood was all wet. So we're just going to have to do the best that we can without a fire.
Kisota, pero nunca. Dijuja si está soko da nossa ainda descoe fanchita, se pode vir mensagem mexica walerista. Rata huni yang kina sedisa to harage gana sesne, yang gahaga gana wagi, ne wisi mensagem no warage gawa noge. Piti no warado gana wagi yang kisu, dano yang kisota santa na kagarakwa. Yang kinista yang mensagem da na guego skat me gunungu. Piti no warado tan ni wago de sa wiskera, tini kanya ferreiro. Aguego nunca su'a, guru su'a, tino su'a, datsa su'a, sidanagu adana aguego diria, dano tsa su'a. Honeste o sahera dano osra dano aguadon head, guahta, gani hundesa, skana wadarana. So si achine que gara dano yung sote de diweras. Asa ni katara gani ganyanga haga dano agueni hunsagi de nyato de da diskara wage ayun kiata kan kadanda wala kutsa na weta watsire. Dano wekatsa ni Piti no horário de alguns cidadãos de Ganaída, na Uego Diane, da Nuradiane, Yo Hanyo, Kanuri, Ganayandawana, the Generasa Goa, and the Tegin of the Mari. Ayun Kiatagan Haranda, where on Hetserani, that's a stance and the Nunwe, and the one of the substance have Nunwe and Skana, that's a stance and no Gadi, what is she said, and no all the wheel. No, that in your backsa. It is out. It is out. It is out. So kanina yo tengo su manicura.
Yeah. Well, we got a little flame.
Here's the...
See if it holds. Oh. Okay. أنا قاعد يواهق جوكو. سودو سيوس. كانوا نوكو ياتي صوت أستانكو غراكو قزيد دان سريو يجت. كهو نجي يندجت كوي نستا. رانا تاروني.
Can I have your...
Echino Verdado, Yatisota Asatanka Garakwa. Give our thanks to our grandmother Moon. We're very grateful that from the last cycle that she continues to fulfill her role here upon all creation the way that she has since the beginning of time. We give thanks that we're in the times of the beautiful moons that we're able to walk outside in the moonlight and then to enjoy and to see the everything in a different light, in a different way. It's so beautiful. And we give thanks for this. We give thanks that in the past year, as we are now in our last moon, as to the work that was done in relation to the garden, as to how everything has transpired, that the garden was strong and healthy, as good as possible, and that it provided for us the place in which to carry out the ceremonies. We give thanks for all these things. We give thanks that in the summertime, in the times that when beautiful full moon and it was nice and warm out, that we're able to swim in the lifeblood of our mother, able to experience this together. We know that there's a few of us that are able to gather by the water in the summertime at night underneath the moonlight and have just beautiful experience of being there and just soaking it all in. We give thanks for this. We give thanks that for all the people everywhere upon our Mother Earth who are taking care of our mother, who are standing on the line, who are giving their lives. We ask you to watch over them and to continue to help those people, to protect them, not to have any harm, any damage come to the people that are trying to protect and to defend our mother. We're very grateful that in the 13 moon cycles that have transpired this year, that all the different experiences that we've had, the good ones, the bad ones, regardless of what it is, that we know that all of these things are part of our collective human experience. And we take these things with us into the new year. The bad things, we take just the knowledge, the experience, but we leave the bad feeling of it behind. We know that we are coming up now to the stirring of the ashes, and so we must put all these moons behind us. We take only the good experience and keep them with us as to remember as to how and what we, how to apply those things at future times. So we're very grateful that these cycles continue, that our grandmother continues to do the work that she's doing. We ask you to continue to work with the ancient turtle, and the ancient turtle continue to shake its back to remove all of these unnatural creations that have been placed upon Yetin Nistad, the things that are here to destroy her. To remove these things in whatever fashion is seen fit, but this we leave up to you to deal with. We ask only that the health of our mother prevail, and that we identify that if there is anything standing in the way of our mother's health, that to change this or to remove it. And we say that if it is we standing in the way, preventing our mother's health, then to remove us, to show us first our corruptions and how to change and how to correct ourselves. But if not, if the individuals persist, then to remove. And I say this of myself, that if I am a hindrance upon our mother, that first to change me, to show me the path back to the way back to the right path. And if I continue to persist on the wrong path, then to remove me so that I am not part of the hindrance to our mother's health. We ask that in this coming cycle, that we know that there is great actions, great huge things happening upon our Mother Earth, and we ask only for health for ourselves. We don't ask anything else but health so that we can continue to do the work that our mother demands of us. That we continue to be challenged, that our humanity is challenged, and that we rise to this challenge. And that for those of us who now are suffering in this world, that as we have discussed of the pain that has been inflicted upon a family in Ganawagi, that we ask for you, our grandmother, to light their way out of the darkness, to return them back to the Yohahiyo, and to not, as hard as it may be, to not allow their minds to be, to remain in the darkness, to come back into the light. To any of the people that are experiencing any of the pain or the suffering, that to be strong, to continue to stand strong and to continue to maintain in the way that we know that we are supposed to, and not to give in, not to succumb, not to allow this corruption upon our Mother Earth to win, not to allow us to give into it, but for everybody to stand strong everywhere. We ask you, our grandmother, to give the people the strength to do this. So we ask that wherever our friends and family are, that they are protected. I give my thanks for Ranahahawi, Rakwayesu, Awanayetu, Kanaharodu, Wata, to watch over Aguego Okwadzide. Tetinuwaradu, Garunga Gari Agesu, Tisota Asatanka Garako Danayetin Stazi Hunzagi Danaguego Scutne Ganungwe. Dogatain and the Hodo Yadakso, air to saw it, air to saw it, air to saw it. Can you has the ways any join? Oh.
Grand-mère Lune, merci. Merci pour ta collaboration à l'harmonie universelle et merci de nous guider pour garder la terre-mère en santé. Aide-nous à comprendre tous les polluants qui nous entourent pour être capable d'agir pour une vraie santé. J'ai découvert comment les champs électromagnétiques me rendent malade. Je te demande, Grand-mère Lune, de m'aider à trouver une voie de guérison à cette pollution. Merci pour toutes ces femmes de cœur que tu as mis sur ma route. Et merci d'être là pour nous montrer la voie, comment protéger et rayonner l'harmonie universelle à laquelle tu participes. Merci.
Yeah. Ben, merci, Mère Nature, pour ta sérénité.
Yeah.
I would just like to give thanks to our grandmother Moon for all
I think we lost them.
We can't hear anything, eh, Marie-Claude?
Yeah, we lost them now. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't want us to start speaking because they might be hearing us, but no, it's their connection. Probably the cold makes it so the battery doesn't last very long, so it probably is Edith's phone that died on her, I think. Donc, c'est probablement, je voulais pas qu'on parle parce que je me disais peut-être qu'eux, ils nous entendent, puis là, ben, ils étaient en cérémonie, mais c'est probablement la batterie du téléphone d'Edith là, qui a lâché parce qu'avec le froid, ça dure vraiment pas très longtemps. Tu veux dire quelque chose, Elsa?
We were hearing the battery call for the end approaching during the the drive.
Donc, on entendait, Elsa dit un avis justement à partir du téléphone d'Edith qui disait que ça allait finir bientôt. So we're just gonna, I think they won't come back because when the battery dies, there it's basically it. Donc, je ne penserais pas qu'ils reviennent parce que la batterie, normalement, quand elle est morte, ils ne reviennent pas, là. And they are about half hour away from the longhouse. Et il se trouve à peu près une demi-heure de la maison longue. Je ne sais pas si les gens ont quelque chose à suggérer. Do you have anything to suggest?
I offered them to come to my place after the ceremony. They feel they would like to join again.
Donc, il y a Elsa qui dit que, bon, après, ils iront chez elle, mais là, ça va quand même être assez long jusque-là. Mais bon, on va voir. Let's just wait another few minutes. If we see that they don't log back in, I think we're going to have to do a closing and then reopen if they appear a bit later, just so we don't have people waiting around. Donc, je pense que ce qu'on va faire, on va attendre quelques minutes. S'ils ne reviennent pas sur Zoom, ben, on va devoir fermer, puis on réouvrira si ils réapparaissent là, un petit peu plus tard.
Marie-Claude, penses-tu qu'on pourrait comme un peu comme donner nos remerciements à la Lune aussi, comme pour continuer la cérémonie jusqu'à temps qu'ils reviennent?
France is asking, should we do our own thanking for the moon? Mon avis, c'est que, tu sais, s'ils reviennent pas, s'ils reviennent, ça va comme interrompre, on va être déjà dans des, tu sais, s'ils reviennent pas, j'aurais le goût de te dire, on pourrait aller chacun faire notre cérémonie de la Lune, mais pas sur le Zoom, tu sais, je sais pas, on pourrait toutes les s'entendre. Maybe, because France was suggesting that we thank the moon here, but it might be a bit strange if they ever come back. But maybe we can decide to finish the Zoom and go each of us go and thank the moon. I don't know what do people say about this.
Well, I'm just thinking about the people that follow us on lives, you know, in Facebook and everything. Maybe they would like to understand more the moon ceremony. If we all know that they could come back, then as soon as they come back, every one of us can just shift and leave them the parole.
OK, donc ce qui est suggéré, là, c'est de le faire, puis si jamais il revenait, ben là, on a juste à interrompre tout de suite. Puis Maureen, elle dit ça aussi, qu'on devrait remercier, donner nos remerciements. And Maureen also says that we should give our thanks. So, who would like to start? Qui aimerait débuter?
Well, I can start.
And there will be no translation for this as it's, in the ceremony. So everybody is welcome to share in the language that they feel the most comfortable. Donc, il n'y aura pas de traduction étant donné que c'est des remerciements, c'est très personnel à chacun. Donc, prenez la langue qui vous plaît, puis vous pouvez y aller comme vous le voulez.
Okay, hello, Grandma Moon. It's Elsa Teravision, granddaughter of Leah, great-granddaughter of Adelina. Grandma Moon, I want to give my thanks to you for last cycle, for your different light that you project on things. We see life in a way with the sun, eldest brother, sun's help. And then we see different things coming from our reality in your light. And also, I would like to thank you for the rhythm you impose on things. The rhythm, the way you manage water is also the way you manage our blood, and you manage our own rhythm, and the way it shows us patience. And I think we have to slow down because everything is going so fast, too fast. We cannot keep our human identity in this. So we need to hear your rhythm and see in your light different things so we can see the other point of view, the other we are dealing with. We then can have more empathy. And I want to thank you also because my mom is always, when she was young, she always had this special relationship with you. And you were and still are her good best friend. And I want to thank you because of her. She's still there in my life. And I want to thank you for my mom, for me, for the patience, the balance, for all the women, from the newest born baby girl to the eldest grandmother, even the women that don't have children, they're all important and part of your body that you create with Mother Earth through guidance of Sky Woman. So thank you.
Thank you, Elsa. So Maureen, I don't know if you've seen on the chat, I wanted to let you, if you wanted to give your thanks, would you like to do it? Otherwise, there's also France that wanted to share something. Donc, Maureen avait dit que, yeah, okay, so you raised your hands. Okay, so normally if you want to chat, you just answer on the chat, but go ahead, Maureen, and then France will go after, and then Elizabeth. So go ahead, Maureen. Do you want, we cannot hear you. Do you want me to unmute you? Okay, go ahead.
I can't get the video on.
No problem. We can hear you fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like to give thanks to Grandmother Moon and for the Sky Woman who is watching over us, and that she is our mother. She takes us into her heart and she leads us in our ways to help our children. And I am so thankful for the children that have come after me and for the ancestors who have come before me and all the women who are the daughters of Sky Woman. And I would like to thank all the women who are here today to come and teach us, and by their example and their prayers, and the men who have come to help to protect us. All my relations.
Mm-hmm. France, you can, it's your turn.
I'd like to speak in both language, but I know it's going to be very hard if I speak both. And I know that because it's spread to a very large public, I will speak in English. Sorry about my own language and the people that speak French. My name is France, and my mother's name is Giselle. My grandmother's name is Angelina, and my great-grandmother's is Hermeline. I would like to thank Sky Woman, and this morning as I was doing my thanks, as I try to do every morning when I wake up, I realize how she is such a great spirit that inspired us all. Actually, we are part and parcel of her, as we are, as she is part of us. So, you know, when I thank her for my spirit, I realize that I'm kind of thanking myself in a way. And I prayed my mother specifically this morning to bring justice to this world, to bring peace, to bring love, to bring matrilinear authority, and to give, you know, every woman in this world the best of guidance and inspiration from all around them, you know. I wanted to thank Grandma Moon for her, that, you know, since she's with us, our heart is beating in our chest, and the water flows everywhere all around the earth in all the form that they come in, and also she gives us our blood. I want to thank Mother Earth, because without her we wouldn't have any body, and so all our bodies are made of the same element as all the earth that is surrounding us. And she also gives us medicine. She gives us all the food that we eat, all the trees, and she feeds all the living beings all around the earth. So we have to thank her for that. And we want to thank all the mothers, from the newest born baby girls to the great grandmothers that walks on this earth, because they are all the mother of our nations, and they have to be honored and respected with the sacred title of life givers. And we also want to thank the life protectors who are making all this possible. I want to ask for special guidance for the people of Ganawagi, because they're really, really going through a tough time right now, and losing anyone is very difficult. I can't think about this young man's mother, who's lost a son, of a 30-year-old son, and the babies that will grow without their fathers. I want to ask for guidance for that, and I hope that all together we can inspire people to make peace with their own. You know, it starts with us. We all have to start with our own. And from my husband, who's very tired right now, that was very happy to be with us for a short while, but his computer just crashed again. So not crashed, but anyway, he couldn't be on Facebook. But he wanted to say that he listened to the last Zoom session and he was very inspired to come back. So he wanted me to tell you this. So I wanted to let you on this. Please make peace with your own. That's the beginning of everything.
Mm-hmm. Elizabeth?
Hello, my name is Elizabeth. I am the daughter of Jane and the granddaughter of Marjorie and the daughter of Stephen, who our grandmother Moon has taken into her arms now. And I want to thank her for that. And I want to thank her for the chance of being with you all and bringing me into your lives. The night before my father passed away, I went down to the beach and I was looking over the sea, and she was shining on the sea, and I asked for her to end the pain of his life. And the day after, she helped us with that, and I know that my father is there now with her, and that is why the moon shines so bright tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Marie-Claude. I am the great daughter of Yvette and the daughter of Francine. I would like to thank Sky Woman for giving us our spirit. I would like to thank our grandmother Moon, the beating heart of our Mother Earth. She who regulates all the flow of water on our Mother Earth. We want to thank her as she gives us our blood. I want to thank Mother Earth, the mother of us all, because she gives us our body and the body of all things in creation. I want to thank all the women in good spirit, the life givers, from the newest baby girl to the eldest of the grandmothers. I want to thank their guidance, their medicine, and their love. I want to thank all the waters and all the shapes and forms they come in, and the life protectors in good spirit, the men in good spirit that do the work of protection, the sacred work of protection of our Mother Earth, of everything that is sacred, and the Gayanera Seragoa, the Great Law of Peace, the Degeni de Ohade, the 2 Row Wampum Peace Treaty, and all creation in good spirit. I want to offer my greetings and my thanks to my grandmother Moon tonight. She is beautiful. I've seen her earlier. I was I was searching for her, but here it's cloudy. She's been such a support in the last cycle. Of course, we all have challenges, and when I feel a bit alone, I think of you, Grandma, because you're completely alone. You're one of a kind. And that brings me such comfort, like comfort. It comforts me. I want to thank you for guiding me to this beautiful longhouse, to guide me to learn about this great law of peace and to continue learning about it, and that you can use me in any way that you see fit to so I can help correct what needs to be corrected urgently on our Mother Earth and in all creation, that all injustices and destruction of our Mother Earth that is now in critical health situation, that you help us and guide our words, guide our thoughts, guide our steps, and make the peaceful people of our Mother Earth gather very fast so we can do this beautiful work and sacred work together. Special thoughts to the community of Ganawagi, and really special thoughts also for Elizabeth going through a very important and life-changing event. We are with you, and I wish for the Women's Nation to get even stronger, to be an example of what women, when they come together, what they can accomplish. And this inspires me greatly, and I hope that many can support this action. Thank you. Donc, Angèle?
Bonjour, mon nom est Angèle, je suis la fille de Jeanne-Mance, c'est la petite fille de Jeanne-Aimée. Je vais parler dans ma langue maternelle parce que c'est plus facile. Et aujourd'hui, je veux remercier la Femme Ciel parce qu'elle me donne mon esprit. Je veux remercier Grand-Mère Lune et la Terre-Mère. Je vais m'attarder, comme tous ici, à Grand-Mère Lune. Je veux le remercier de me permettre d'être dans mes lunes aujourd'hui. Et j'ai définitivement avancé de quelques jours pour me timer avec la Lune. Je trouve ça spécial. Je me sens énergisée, puis je la remercie de ça parce que je le sais que dans le dernier cycle, ça a été assez puissant, ça a brassé beaucoup, puis je sais que c'est grâce à ce que j'ai demandé, je sais que c'est grâce à dans le fond, le fait que je demande de cheminer dans tout ça, puis de savoir comment m'enligner sur la bonne voie. Donc, je réitère ma demande de guidance, à savoir de continuer à m'en aller sur la bonne voie vers la grande loi de la paix, puis de m'aligner moi-même avec cette grande loi-là en premier. Donc, voilà. Tout.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to share something? Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui aimerait partager quelque chose?
Is there any way you can translate that?
Normally when we do like a ceremonial sharing, there's no translation, but okay. I don't know, do you want to translate it, Angèle?
Don't worry, it's fine.
I could. I will make it short. I just said that I made the greetings as usual, and I emphasis on the moon because I thanked her that I made my moons today, and that my cycle just shortened a few days to align with her. So I know that it was really rough the last cycle. So I know that it's because I asked her to guide me on the good path. So I just reiterate my request to guide me on the great path and to guide me through the great law, to applying the great law of peace to myself first. So that's basically what I said.
Thank you, Angel.
All right. So if no one has anything else to add, I think we should close. Would anyone like to do the closing? Donc, je pense que s'il n'y a pas personne qui veut partager, on pourrait faire la fermeture. Est-ce qu'il y aurait quelqu'un qui aimerait faire la fermeture?
I can do it.
Go ahead, Elsa. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Elsa, daughter of Lison, granddaughter of Leah, and great-granddaughter of Adelina. So we would like to give our thanks to Sky Woman because she gave us the blood, she gave us our spirit, and spirit of all things. She's the mother of intention. She's the one responsible for all this great spiral and all this texture, different texture we get to feel and experience from our stance. I would like to give my thanks to Grandma Moon because she's the one who gave my blood and the blood of all things. She's responsible for managing all the waters on Mother Earth. And she's the one who's the beating heart of our mother. We would like to give our thanks to Mother Earth because wherever we're from, whatever color for skin color, the language we speak, wherever we're from, we all have one mother, the same mother of us all. And she's the one who nourishes and gives us shelter and give shelter to every living being on earth. We would like to give our thanks to all the medicine. So one medicine is water. So all the waters in the shape and form they come in, even the ones we cannot wrap our mind around, but that water is everywhere. Its universe is made of water. The air is water. We would like to give our thanks to all the medicine. So the animals, the four legs, the winged ones, the crawler ones, the insects, every animals, also every trees and plants we know, every flower we can see, landscape we see, humans between each other, we are medicine to each other. So we can give our love and to each other and smiles and comfort and hugs. And we also want to give our thanks to all the ancestry, all the people that were here before and that were in the good mind. So all the ancestors and the Gananguriyu that guide us and show us the way and look over us. We would like also to give our thanks to all the life protectors and the gunmen, because with them we can achieve the Ganwana, the balance. And this is really important to get somewhere, because only women, we need help sometimes. So I think life protectors and the gunmen are as important as us to get that balance again. Also, we would like to give our thanks to the Ghana Saragoa, Great Lobbies, and the Digging Wade, the Row Wampum, so we can bring back the authority of our mothers to guide us and to manage the world again properly. We would like to also disconnect from all the bad. So the Gananguriyu, we see it's never far from us, like we can see in Kanawagi. So we just need to get away from that to find something else than what we know now. So we need to have enough confidence to walk in the darkness. Walk in the dark, but you know, Grandma Moon is showing us the way. So it's dark is not bad in what I say. I'm just saying we need to find the courage to walk into something we don't know yet, or we may be lost, we don't remember. We need to find a way back. And for this, we need to get away from all the bad in 3 realms. So Eresawat, Eresawat, Eresawat.
All right. Well, thank you very much. If people want to stay, it's entirely up to you. The platform is there, but good night. It's strange not to have the longhouse to finish the Zoom. It's like something is missing terribly. Donc, ben, bonne nuit tout le monde. S'il y a des gens qui veulent rester, ben, libre à vous. Ça fait vraiment bizarre de fermer sans la maison longue. Il manque vraiment quelque chose. Donc, ben, Kanagawa, everyone.
Kanagawa. Good night.
Everyone, have a sweet full moon. Je vous souhaite une belle pleine lune, tout le monde.